Hey guys, it's Hawk here back with another review. Today I got a request from someone known as Ali Johnson, hopefully I pronounced that right, on wanting me to review Zoidokl. So I will review some of their art. Now, this is just a reminder. I will review on color selection, shading, highlight, um, neatness, line work, anatomy, style, extra, what I like, dislike, and think they can improve on. First, I am going to review a piece called Ground Control to Duke LaRue. Now, because this was requested by someone else, and this is most likely not their account, I will say to the person that if they might see this, this is not to bash you, this is not to be mean. I was just requested to do some constructive criticism, and I will. However, you don't have to take this, though. It's your choice. Now, something I can notice off the bat, it's a nice pencil piece, really. I do like what you have with this. However, I noticed the neck is a little too thick. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Well, for a human, the neck is slightly thinner than the head, in which case it is. But this is going outside the head, which might make it look a little off. I mean, it's a good piece, and the neck seems a little long, and I'm totally guilty of this. I might suggest possibly centering your neck a little bit like this. And don't worry, you might be thinking, oh, it'll put the anatomy off. But you just do this, you'll be all good. And you can shorten and lengthen it all you want. This is just probably a suggestion, and I do like it for a pencil piece. I might suggest cleaning up a little bit. But that's just about it for this piece, really. Just like maybe clean up your line work and work on the facial anatomy and possibly make the neck a little thinner. Not, and the neck a little shorter as well. Besides that, I think it's a pretty good piece. That's what I think you could work on. The next piece is this Temmie piece. Well, it's appropriately named Temmie. Now, let's see what the colors are like. I can tell you use some pure color. Now, this is fine to grab attention, but I might suggest making it a little less of a pure color. Now, it's basically the same color you can choose, which is like this, so it's not all the way in the corner. And it's still very pigmented, and your eyes are drawn to it, but the eyes have more room to rest. I might suggest that, and possibly having the pop of highly saturated be more in the tongue, perhaps like this, because then your eyes would be drawn to the face, and then you can look around, and yeah. I also noticed the line work seems to be kind of messy in areas like this, which I may suggest a program that allows cleaner line work. Now, and you might want to make it thinner just to probably add a little pop of style to it. However, you have a nice style though. I may suggest perhaps getting a program if you don't have any money, because I don't have any money myself, truth be told. But I would say perhaps you could get Fire Alpaca if you have use a computer. It is free for Windows and Mac, and I know you can totally get it. Everything's free. And if you work on a tablet like an Android or an Apple, I would suggest getting Ibis Paint X, IBIS Paint X, because it is a free program and you can get some really thin line work, but you can have lots of layers, and you can choose your colors, and you can have correction settings like these, and it can do pretty well, actually. I do really nice work on it. I've done some pretty good works on there, so I have faith in you. Keep improving, just maybe choose a little less saturated colors, and perhaps work on your line work a little bit. The anatomy looks fine for a 10. It looks really cute. It's a nice piece. Good work. Another piece is Phyrexian. Is that the name? It is a lineless work. by them, and I really like their lineless style. I'll say that now. I do like their lineless style. Um, let's see how this is. I will say a good job adding color to an area that you would be drawn to. That is nice. It immediately draws you to the face. I feel perhaps for over here in the tail area, you could have made the yellow a little less saturated. So it would be like this. So the eyes have a little bit more room to rest, but you could keep the flaming orange here. So there's pops of color where the orange would be. So you are drawn to the all around the face and the tail, but the eyes have room to rest. As for the background, I would possibly suggest making something a little neater and a little less saturated. I feel for backgrounds, you should probably make them a little less saturated when you draw, because then you are more drawn to the character, which I assume that's what you want. Then to be drawn to the character and how it is, how you did it, but and not, well, yeah, the background, but not completely. So I feel that you could possibly work on less saturated backgrounds, and yeah, that would be nice. And for the anatomy, um, I'm not too good with Pokemon, because I am just not too good. But I might suggest making the feet a bit more like this, if it's like more animal-like, and I might suggest making them more of an equal length. I know you tried doing perspective here, but this also looks like it's a bit thinner than this leg, so perhaps making it an equal length, but just maybe facing a different direction would be good. Because, yeah, and I know these are not human feet, obviously, but I feel that you should do this. Of course, it's your choice, but maybe make a bit more of an animalistic paw, like this. Like this. This would look nice. And the proportions would be a bit more correct. As for this, I feel that it's good. However, don't forget for arms, when you draw them, they get a little bit more thin as it goes. Like that. It goes a bit more thin if you're going to go for an arm. This is the wrong way it's facing, but you know, you get what I'm getting at. Um, that's what I think so far. The neck proportions and head proportions seem fine. Uh, yeah. Overall for your pieces, I feel that you're doing a good job, and where you're at is a really, really nice place for where you are. It reminds me a lot of my older art, and I still do some of this to this day. You are definitely reminding me of myself, and yeah, I'd just say keep improving, maybe work on your line work and proportions a little bit, and perhaps don't use as many saturated colors in the background, and only use saturated colors where you want the viewer to be drawn to. And yeah, that's what I have to say overall. Where you're at is a really nice place. Keep improving. Hawk out.